As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years to have told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Serena Mistry is suing Rakesh Mistry in the amount of $5,000. Ms. Mistry claims her laptop was stolen from her brother's car and says her careless sibling needs to replace it.
Ms. Mystery, you are suing your brother Rakesh for $5,000, and Rakesh, you are countersuing your sister for $480.
That's correct.
And $5,000 represents a computer?
It represents both the computer and the winnings I would have won from a competition.
How could you see suing each other in court? A brother and a sister?
That's something you should ask her, Your Honor.
Well, I'm asking you both because you countersued.
I'm only doing what I'm supposed to, not really supposed to, but
Right.
I have to defend myself somehow.
Right. So were you close before this incident happened?
We're incredibly close. We borrow each other's things all the time. He borrows
Were
my
you
lap-
living together?
No. So he lives in Culver City while I live in South Central, which is closer to where his university is.
Okay.
And so sometimes he'll stay over at my house because it's closer. So he'll spend the night. I'll borrow, or he'll borrow my laptop sometimes. I'll borrow his car sometimes. That's just kind of always been
That's
our
what brothers and
relationship.
sisters do.
Exactly. So yeah, I needed to borrow his car one day to run some errands. He was at a cafe down the street. This was around morning when this conversation was happening.
Did y'all ever talk to each other about these things? It was just like, hey, you can go take the car when you need it. You just let them know I'm taking the car. And if you needed something from her, you would just take it? Or how did that work?
Yeah, so usually we would ask, but every now and then there would be instances where it's like, I just need to use the car real quick. I'm not going to ask you. I actually have evidence of us asking each other if you would be interested in that.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask Rakesh, should you agree that that's how things kind of go?
I agree. Most times, I let her use my car, and she lets me use her laptop, and so it's
So
not like...
you share a laptop?
No,
No,
it's
my
her
laptop.
laptop.
Right. So this day you are planning to borrow his car.
Yes.
Did you tell him I'm going to borrow the car? Or?
Yes.
Okay, that's true?
That's true. That's
Okay,
correct.
so what happened?
So he's at a cafe that's about 10-minute walk from my house. He has to go to class, so he lets me know I'm not going to be here when you're coming to pick up the car. I'm going to leave the keys with the barista that we both know. Her name is
Right.
Jennifer. So he leaves, goes off to class to do whatever. I walk to the cafe, pick up the keys from the barista, and I get in the car to go run my errands.
Okay.
So I drive over to the shop. I'm going to a fabric store, and I go into the parking structure. And so as I'm backing into the space, the rear window of the car hits a low-hanging ceiling of the parking structure.
And you crashed his window?
Yes.
So is that what the 480 is about?
That's what the 480 is about, yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you crashed the window of his car. Okay.
Window shatters because I ran into the low-hanging ceiling. And I instantly panic.
Why?
Our parents died in a car crash, and so I have a lot of trauma around cars. And so I freeze, I panic, because that's horrifying. I'm instantly remembering that night, getting the call about what had happened, seeing the pictures of the car.
It was just the two of them in the car?
I was also involved in the accident, Your Honor.
You were in that accident with
Yes,
your
I was
parents when they died?
Yes, it
And
was.
where were you?
I was up at college. This was 2 years ago. I was a senior in college up in the Bay Area. They were down here in LA when it happened.
This had to be really traumatic for you.
It was. Also, it's a lot. I also blame myself for the cause of the accidents because...
How would you be to blame for that?
I was the reason why they came out to come pick me up, Your Honor. I was young, I was 20, and I was at a party, and I drove there, and I was irresponsible, and I kept drinking, and I got to a point where I couldn't handle my own liquor, so I just text the only person that's close to me, and that was my parents, and that's when they had to come pick me up. And then right after that, that's when the accident happened.
You know, we really never know when it's our time. We don't know when it's our time. And maybe you could use some therapy. Are you guys in therapy?
Yes.
Together?
I am not in
Why
therapy,
are
Your
we
Honor.
not in
You told me
therapy?
you were.
I am just trying to get past it, trying to just move on. It's
You're
the
too
past.
young to be trying to get past this by yourself.
We talked about therapy so you could process it. You can't just ignore it. It happened. You got to work through it.
So you have this crash.
Yes, so I have the crash. I am immediately trying to get in contact with my brother because first of all, it's his car, gotta let him know what happened. But also, I'm in the state I am now, so imagine the state I was when it happened. I just wanna talk to my brother. He's the only family I have left. So we're here because my laptop was in the car while I was out making the calls. I didn't know that my laptop was in the car because he was using it and I was not aware of
And your
that.
laptop got damaged in the accident?
My laptop was stolen.
Your laptop was stolen out of the car.
Yes.
What does that have to do with your brother?
I blame him for my laptop being in the car to begin with because I didn't put it there. It was he had it because he was borrowing it.
Right.
I didn't know that it was there. He
Right.
didn't let me know this time that he was borrowing it.
Right.
But yes, they ended up stealing it from the broken window that she caused.
Maybe you have some resentment against him too. He caused the death of your parents.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
She even brought up that I'm also the reason why the parents happened and why the accident even happened to begin with. I just felt like she was holding on to that and she refused to squash it or to work it out with me.
I refuse to work things out when you won't go to therapy over the death of your parents.
And later,
Started creeping up towards him,
Right.
going slowly, kind of trying to get his attention, like, hey, I need to get out of the intersection. And then he starts yelling at me, throws his hands up, and then he slams his water bottle on my car.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Serena Mistry, who is suing her brother Rakesh Mistry for property loss.
And you feel that about it.
Exactly.
So,
Every
you know,
day.
you both are carrying very heavy burdens here. To me, it's culminated in this because you had the accident. That's why the window was broken.
But my laptop was stolen because he had it in the
No,
car.
the proximate cause. In the law, the question is what was the proximate cause? That's the closest cause of the damage here. And the proximate cause was a broken window. It would not have happened but for the broken window. But it's almost like you're punishing him. You know he can't pay it. I say I'm ruling in your favor, how does he pay you this money? It's not gonna bring your parents back, being here. It's not gonna bring your computer back, being here. How do we get a new computer? You're suing him about it. Yeah, that's what we're here about, right? You're suing him about the
I'm
computer.
suing about the loss of what was on the computer.
What was on the computer?
Everything. No cloud, no backup, no nothing.
Why no cloud, no backup?
For me, the most secure system was having the laptop physically in my possession. Like
It was never always physically in your possession. It was with him whenever he needed it.
And I trusted him to treat my laptop with the same amount of security that I expect.
Your Honor, I did
And you
treat
knew
the laptop
this.
perfectly fine. It was in my car. And,
But why was it in a spot that was clear enough for anyone to just walk by and grab it? I was
But it
on my
was
outside
not
for 5
windows.
minutes.
Like,
I was outside.
Excuse me. You broke the window. The law says you were responsible for what happened.
That led
That's
to
what
the
the
death.
law says. We're past that now. Because it was you. It was your actions. But you somehow want to blame him. Can I tell you something? Just really material things.
Your Honor, I don't think she's brought me here just for the laptop.
Let me ask you this question, Rakesh. What is it that you're thinking?
I think that she still has some anger towards me after the accident that happened 2 years ago. But even when she called me and she was very mad that the laptop was stolen, still putting blame on me, she even brought up that I'm also the reason why the parents happened and why the accident even happened to begin with. So I just felt like she was holding on to that and she refused to squash it or to work it out with me.
I refuse to work things out when you won't go to therapy over the death of your parents.
But who said I need to go to therapy over the death of my parents?
I did.
Well, you're
you
not
even
in
agreed
charge
to
of
it
me.
at the time.
We did, but then guess what? I changed my mind.
And so did Judge.
I didn't even want to go over there. I didn't want to relive the whole thing. You weren't there.
What are we gonna do to get back together here?
I need some type of compensation for what
how-
I
where's he
lost.
gonna get
A
it from?
ridiculous amount.
Where's he getting it from? If he truly were at fault, which he wasn't, but if he were, Where was he going to get the money to give you? Where's the money? You got
I don't
some
have
money?
any money. Your Honor, I'm countersuing just because I had to spend my own money to fix my windshield that you
Where'd you
broke.
get the money to fix your car?
I actually work.
You have a job.
I have a job.
Yeah,
I
your
deliver.
countersuit is for the window, which you know
Just
what?
the window. And Your Honor, I have
Do
proof.
you really want that money back? Is that really what you're here for?
No, I don't really just want the
You're
money.
here to be petty.
I'm here to be petty. You're the one that brought me here.
You're being petty too.
Can I tell you the real reason? I want to move past this. We haven't talked in 6 months because we together can't move past this. We need someone like you to help us move past this.
I can't force him to go to therapy. He's got to say, I'm going to go to therapy.
That's okay. I'm just asking for an answer so we can be like, that's what the judge ruled, period, end of story. Let's move on.
Well, I'm going to rule against you for the $5,000.
That's okay. I just want my relationship with my brother
I
back.
can't make him have a relationship with you. What is it going to take, Rakesh?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just won't go. We can work things out, but I'm not sure how this is. You still haven't even taken accountability for what you've done.
Excuse me a second.
You didn't even say a proper
Rakesh,
sorry.
Rakesh.
That's all I wanted.
Rakesh, are you in therapy?
Yes.
Will you at least agree to go to one therapy session with her at her therapist?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a little door opened. Why don't we try that? Because some healing has to happen here. You're not going to grow past this. I'm going to dismiss both cases, all right? And I wish you the best, both of you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled. Both cases have been dismissed.
I love you, Rakesh. I want us to move past this. You and I both know that each other are all we have.
I'm sorry that I lied to you, Serena, and I do want to work things out. I just need some time.
Coming up,
If he stopped, how can he rev his engine?
Either that or he was pushing on the brake and the gas at the same time. But it was definitely making that noise.
Right.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Stephen Schmidt is suing Larry Anderson in the amount of $683. Mr. Schmidt claims his car was damaged when Mr. Anderson blocked the crosswalk and hit his hood with a bottle, and says he owes for the repair.
Mrs. Schmidt, you're suing Mr. Anderson for $683, which represents damage that you say he caused to your car.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So tell me about this incident.
Yeah, so I was driving to work like I do. So I'm waiting in the intersection like I usually do, waiting for the cars to pass. Slowly it turns to yellow and then to red, and I'm stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Okay, so then what happened?
So this is where Mr. Anderson comes into play as he was trying to walk the crosswalk. And I thought I saw him on the side, and I thought he saw me in the middle of the intersection ready to turn.
Right. But the
And-
light has now turned red for him.
Yes, I have a walk symbol. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
He's got the walk signal.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Yep.
All right.
And he starts to walk. I thought he saw me. I was in the middle, so I started creeping up towards him.
Right.
Going slowly, kind of trying to get his attention, like, hey, I need to get out of the intersection. And then he starts yelling at me, throws his hands up. I don't know what to do. At this point, I'm kind of flustered. I'm in the middle of the intersection. I don't want to get hit by anybody, and I don't want to hit him. And then he slams his water bottle on my car.
But you were still in the intersection, had not moved by the time you said he hit your car with his water bottle.
Yes, and then
Okay.
he proceeded and hit my car again.
So tell me what happened that day from your side.
Come up to the intersection, waiting at the light, and the walk symbol comes up. So I start walking, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I have this red Acura, like coming right up on me.
Right.
And I start moving forward, and then he starts revving his engine.
If he stopped, how can he rev his engine?
Either that or he was pushing on the brake and the gas at the same time. But it was definitely making that noise.
Right.
It's carrying my lucky water bottle, and I
Right.
just swung back and hit the front of his car.
Right.
And then he honks at me, and I'm
Right.
like, dude, and I hit the car again, and then
Right.
I just got out of there because I don't know what he's going to do now.
Right. Do we have a diagram? Did
Yes,
somebody make
yes,
a
I have-
diagram?
I have a
Okay,
diagram of
great.
the-
Somebody
the
made a
intersection.
diagram. Let me see.
Coming up,
I hit him, and then I went to move away, and he's like honking at me, and I'm like, what? And I turned around, and honestly, that part was just me being frustrated and
Right.
going, leave me alone.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Stephen Schmidt, who is suing Larry Anderson for property damage.
Mr. Schmidt, you were out here when the light turned,
Yes, Your Honor.
and so you felt you had to make the turn because you had already committed because you were in the
Yes.
middle of the intersection.
Correct.
After you
So,
pulled over, then what? He said
after
he
that-
kept going.
After that, I pulled over, and luckily there were two young ladies there who saw this happen.
Or did you call them as witnesses? Is one of them here today?
No, they're not.
Okay, so what did they tell you?
They just pointed me in the direction of his house.
Where did he live? In relation to this, where did he live?
He was about 2 blocks down, and they said he had a green door on his house. And so that's how.
So you went down 2 blocks and saw the green door?
Yes.
Okay, so then what?
I had paper in my car, and I wrote down a note with my name, my email, my phone number, kind
Okay.
of saying, hey, we should talk about this.
Okay, so what did the note say? Anything more than what he just said?
Basically what he just said.
Okay, what did you do?
I took his email, I sent him a very carefully worded email saying, I'm not paying for any damages for your vehicle.
Okay.
I am not responsible. You almost hit me in this intersection,
Right.
so I'm not gonna do this. And if you bother me again, if you keep coming to my door or pestering me.
Did he
I'm
come to
gonna-
your door again?
He did not, no. ma'am.
Okay, but the question about the hitting the car, though, twice, I don't get it. Why did you hit his car twice?
Well, the first time was just instinctual. I was defending myself against what I thought was a car coming at me. And then after I hit
Well,
him.
you know you weren't going to defend yourself with a water bottle.
no, it was just.
Maybe to
it's-
get his attention?
Yeah, I mean, it was the one thing I had. on
Right.
me.
But why did you
And
do
then
it the second time?
The second time was after he honked at me.
Okay.
So I hit him, and then I went to move away, and he's like honking at me, and I'm like, what? And I turned around, and honestly, that part was just me being frustrated and
Right.
going, leave me alone.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
The smart thing to do is to always check and see what's going on around you because there's a lot of crazy drivers and they don't care about the pedestrian has the right of way. I mean, I've seen New York cab drivers blowing their horns at people in the intersection and they're in front of them and then they're behind them. And even as a pedestrian, you have an obligation to look around you and see what's going on.
Understood, ma'am.
I can understand that you're in the intersection. Maybe he saw you, maybe he didn't see you. Hit your car to get your attention. One time, but not 2 times. So what I'm gonna do is split the difference here because I do believe the first time he hit you, he probably had reasonable fear. I'll buy that. But the second time was excessive. So judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $341.50. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $341.50.
Half is not what I expected, but I more feel bad for the next person that has to encounter this deranged man.
I'm just glad. I mean, I'm not happy about having to pay half of it, but it's better than the whole amount.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.